Hey friends, welcome back to Relatable with Nikki Sia. Okay, so election season is creeping in again, and let's be honest, some of us are already overwhelmed, like me. Others are tuned out, and a few are just here for the memes. But whether you're super active or just starting to pay attention, this episode is for you. We're talking about how to vote smart, cut through the noise, and not get swayed by social media drama, catchy jingles, or, I guess, free t shirts. So if you're asking yourself, how do I make a real impact? Then this episode is for you. So, for the first part of this episode, let's go through some of the things that we always hear from, friends, family, and even like on social media, right? So, the number one thing that people say or give an excuse kung bakit hindi sila boboto ay number one, wala naman daw nagbabago. And I think that this is one of the most dangerous mindsets. Why? Because let's first try to analyze why people say this, right? So there is burnout and apathy as well. In my position, I would say first we have to acknowledge that people are tired. Me, I am 100% tired. I'm tired of the corruption, of broken promises, of the same names. But that's not apathy, that's fatigue. And politicians count on that fatigue. So, why is that risky? Because when we believe that nothing ever changes, we stop participating. And when we don't show up, the wrong people, they stay in power. You don't need to be a full time activist. Just showing up on election day already makes a huge difference. Voting is the bare minimum, but it's a powerful tool. Let's just say, for example, parang sa work, minsan, di mo feel yung boss mo, pero, kailangan mong magsalita para sa sarili mo. You need to have that voice. It is the same with voting. You don't need to be an expert. Kailangan mo lang pumili ng mas okay kaysa sa nakasanayan ng karamihan. Another thing that, people always say why they don't want to vote is because they think besides sa walang nagbabago, wala masyadong impact. And what I say to that is that every vote is a voice. Local elections affect your daily life more than you think. For example, barangay captain. Your barangay chairperson decides on local rules, curfews, and emergency response, right? It's not just about the big names. It's not just the president that you have that matters, right? For example, in the local barangay, it is important to vote for the right people because they will be in charge of trash collection, traffic rerouting, barangay health services, education budget for the, local public schools. And the real life impact of that, for example, yung school crossing, yung pedestrian, tapos may guard na, or like not MMDA, like local police na nag-help tumawid yung mga bata. The waiting shed, the broken street light, that's all affected by the local officials we elect. So, kung feeling mo wala kang say, hindi importante masyado yung barangay captain or like local elections, hindi yan totoo. Minsan nga, yung effect ng konsehal kaysa sa national figure kasi siya yung may hawak ng mismong barangay mo kung saan ka nakatira. And for people like myself, for dual income households, no kids, young professionals, moms, students, this is our future, right? For people like me, dual income, no kids, you may not have kids, but your taxes go into education, healthcare, transportation, systems you benefit from directly. And for young professionals, the economy, inflation, job availability, yung mga side hustle, yung taxes on digital creator policies, these affect your income today, right? So for example, nitong mga nakaraang taon, they wanted to tax yung mga nagla-live selling or yung mga online sellers, right? That is a direct impact of who you voted. For moms and parents, school budgets, nutrition programs, child safety laws, these come from policies shaped race. Di na ako lalalayo, right? Or even Thailand, right? You will realize how behind the Philippines is when it comes to public transportation. And whoever we vote impacts that. So, even if you're not into politics, whether you like it or not, is into you. So, from your taxes to your commute to the education your future kids will get, kahit anong stage ka ng adulting, whether you're raising a kid or just trying to raise your savings, voting matters. Hindi ito pang matanda lang o pang may anak lang, para sa atin lahat. Another thing that I wanted to bring up is that the real talk is politicians bank on us being too tired to care, right? Like, there was a point in my life where I was just too tired. Like, ba't paulit-ulit na lang? But, you know what? The truth is, number one, they rely on low voter turnout. The less people vote, the easier it is to manipulate the system. Less resistance, more power. Number two, they always say mga bata ngayon wala nang pake. Let's prove them wrong. Number three, they bank on popularity and not plans. Kaya sobrang lakas ng pa-jingle, dance challenges, mga ayuda or giveaways because they know that many people don't read platforms. So, what can we do instead? Well, I would suggest ask questions. Read campaign platforms, even just a short summary. Talk to friends about who they're voting for and why. You don't have to, have a debate or discussion. It can be a safe space if we want it to be a safe space, di ba? Alam mo yung politicians, sa totoo lang, they don't want you to care. They want you entertained, distracted, and disengaged. Kasi pag informed ka, mas mahirap kang lokohin. That is always why, and not only talking about the Philippines, right? Even in other countries, the lowest budget always go to education departments. Or maybe not the lowest. Sige, low na lang. Mababa na lang yung budget for education. That's because they don't want educated and informed voters. They thrive on gullible voters. Yung madaling bilugin. Sasayaw ka lang, okay na. Okay, so let's naman talk about the red flags and green flags in candidates. So, ano pa talaga? What are they really saying and not saying? So, let's just look at the first one. Buzzwords and platform. Minsan, puro kabataan ng pag-asa ng bayan pero walang malinaw na plano para sa education or youth employment. So, saan tayo doon? Another question you can probably ask yourself is that, are they answering questions with substance? Listen for real policies or just, I care about these people, may pakialam ako dito, speeches and specifics or general buhay nyo promises, pero hindi naman yun talaga totoo. And also, pay importance to what they're not saying. Tinanong kung may plano sa healthcare or LGBTQ plus rights, tapos biglang ngiti lang, that silence, girl, that says something. So, ano naman yung green flags to look for in a candidate? Well, number one, I always look at transparent track record. History ng service na pwedeng i-google, may nagawa na, hindi lang puro pangako. Number two, grassroots work. Candidates who have actually been present in the community before elections. Not just for the campaign trail, photo ops, ganyan. Wag. Number three, good governance track record. One, do they believe in accountability? Two, have they admitted mistakes before? Three, are they running because they genuinely want to serve, not just stay in power? Tanong yan. And lastly, yung values nila, hindi yung nagbabago-bago ng stand depende kung sino yung kausap at kung sino uso. Ano naman yung mga red flags to watch out for? Number one for me is name recall. Just because kilala mo yung last name doesn't mean qualified sila. I mean, familiar does not always mean capable. Number two, showbiz appeal. Nako, napakadaming showbiz sa tumatakbo ngayon. Cute yung dance challenge sis, pero can they pass a bill? Number three, political dynasties. Is this just another attempt to keep power in the family? Is the seat earned or inherited? And lastly, pag walang clear platform, if they can't even explain what they stand for now, paano pa sa mismong trabaho? Another thing that I wanted to say, right, is please don't fall for paawa or pangako vibes. Emotional manipulation is so real in politics and it's a strategy. Kwento ng kahirapan nila growing up, yung kawawa naman yung itsura nila sa picture, okay, noted. Pero ano na plano nila now para sa mas mahirap pa sa kanila? Sad backstory over leadership potential. You know, we love a resilience arc, but that's not the only qualification to run a city or a country. Pag nasa trabaho ka, magiging okay ka dun sa nakakaawa, yun yung mapopromote. Empty promises alert. And tignan natin yan mabuti. Tsaka yung, uso na to ngayon, right? Kasi merong isang politician, sabi niya, sinabi niya to, but my mom has always told me ever since I was young, kapag malaki ang nilabas ng isang kandidato sa campaign nila, sigurado, malaki ang babawiin. Girl, saan magagaling yung budget? May matbayan. Kung hindi mo ha-hire tong sa taong to sa sarili mong business, isipin mo mabuti. Bakit mo iboboto para mag-lead ng buong bayan or ng city nyo? Or gumawa ng bill? So, with all of that being said, how do we become a smart, relatable voter? Number 1 is use social media, but, learn how to filter the noise. Alam mo naman natin lahat yan, social media is powerful, but it can also be overwhelming and misleading. Alam mo yung feeling na doom scroll ka na lang tapos parang lahat na lang ng info conflicting. Minsan nakaka-anxious, minsan nakakabobo. So you gotta filter the noise. Number 2, be intentional. Follow credible organizations like VotePH, MovePH, etc. Mute or unfollow accounts that spread hate, disinformation, or just make you feel drained, girl. Save receipts, screenshots of platforms, not just sound bites. And another thing, don't be reactive. Be reflective. Yan. Just because a post goes viral doesn't mean it's true. Marami dyan may budget lang sila for engagement. Listen to civic podcasts. Join group chats that encourage respectful, the keyword is respectful, discourse. Podcasts and platforms that break down politics in a chill, understandable way. Ako personally, mas gets ko ang issues kapag may nag-explain na hindi ako ginajudge. So, that's, it may not apply to everyone. Sa tingin ko naman, wala naman sigurong gustong ma-judge. Di ba? Namang masama sa pagtanong. Mas okay pa nga yun kaysa fake news ang basihan mo kung sino yung boboto mo. Create safe spaces for learning. Hindi requirement na alam mo lahat, pero dapat willing ka to learn, listen, and level up. Diba? Another thing that I wanted to mention is vote beyond personality. Look at policies. Charisma is nice. But policies are everything. Cute nga yung campaign jingle, pero anong plano mo sa healthcare? Before voting or choosing your candidates, ask hard questions like what are their economic plans? How do they talk about education, labor, or the environment? Track record na ba o pangako lang? Keep in mind that politicians are public servants. They're not celebrities. Hindi to fan club, sis. Ito future natin to. And then, encourage friends to vote, no? Not by shaming, but by empowering. Shame never works. Education and empathy do. Hindi mo mababago ang isip ng tao kung feeling nila ina-attack mo sila. Instead, share easy-to-digest information. Invite them to register or go with you on voting day. If you go to the same precinct or nearby, may kwento about, why it matters to you. Ang real talk dyan, girl. Some people are jaded. And that's valid. Pero instead of saying, wala naman nagbabago, what if we ask, ano kayang pwede natin gawin differently this time? And of course, stay open, stay curious, and stay kind. It's okay to change your mind with new information. It's okay. That's growth. We're not here to pretend we know everything. We're here to keep learning. Politics can be emotional, but that's because it affects real lives. Kaya kahit mainit ang usapan, let's try to lead, with curiosity, not judgment. Kindness is not weakness, it's civic strength. In a world na lahat galit na, be that person who listens, reflects, and responds with respect, diba? We don't need to be experts. We just need to care enough to ask questions. So, whether this is your first election or your fifth, I hope you remember your vote holds so much power. Not just for you, but for those who don't get the same platform. Voting isn't the only way to make change, but it's a big one. So let's make it count. If this episode helped or made you think, send it to a friend, cousin, or coworker who needs a little nudge this election season. DM me anytime on TikTok at the Nikki Sia and follow the show on YouTube, Spotify, and Instagram at Relatable with Nikki Sia. Choose truth, choose action, and as always, stay relatable. I will see you guys next week. Bye.